Good morning, Dr. Rodelgo.
Good morning.
Thank you for taking the time for allowing me to conduct this interview.
It is a pleasure.
I'm representing the students of St. Brennan High School on behalf of VIP 305 Miami. This interview will be published on VIP 305's next magazine in their new segment, VIP Principal, and posted on VIP's YouTube channel. Dr. Rodelgo, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, let's begin. When did you begin your position as principal?
It was 2012. I was a teacher here at St. Brendan and the director of the international program and the guardian of the Spaniards and the Italians who come for 3 months every year. I remember the day it was announced that I was going to be the new principal. We were in the gym. We just finished the mass with the whole school, and I was sitting with my class in the bleachers, and I remember that I was asked to go down and speak. I tried to summarize my life in 3 minutes so that everybody could know me. And then I went back to sit with my students on the bleachers. So the students said, at the beginning of the period you were a teacher and now you're the principal. It was a big surprise. By the way, one of your brothers was there.
For real? Which one?
Tristan. He was in my second period.
Wow, that's amazing. What did the first few days feel like as principal?
Okay, the first few days. Well, you're sad because you lose your students. We become teachers because we want to be with the students. Being in administration is different. The good part is that now all the students are yours. But you also feel disproportionate. You're just a man with all your flaws, and a huge responsibility is given to you. I felt like Moses. You realize that God has to do everything because you're too little. I follow God, what he was doing in our school, and that was true the first few days, and it is true now after more than 6 years.
Okay, next question. What are your favorite parts about being the principal of our school?
I would say my favorite thing is that I can be a part of everything. That I can see what God does in every student, teacher, parent, or alumni. I can choose to go to a math or English or robotics class and see what they are inventing. Then talk with a group of teachers and see how they are learning from each other. Or sit on the bench with all the football players. I love it during a game. Or participate in a retreat or field trip or an assembly with parents or alumni. If you do it this way, you can be like a father to all, a teacher of teachers, and teach 1,200 students through your teachers. And also be a coach to all athletes, just being with them, or engage all parents in the education of their children.
Okay, so what's your daily routine as principal?
My daily routine, I wake up really early at 5:30 a.m. and I do morning prayer, and I check my email at 6:30 more or less, and then I go to mass at 7:15 in the chapel with the teachers and the students. Then I go to say good morning to students and teachers arriving to school. Then I go to a couple of classes, and around mid-morning I visit the students in the cafeteria during lunch. Then I pass by the teacher's lounge. I say hi to the teachers. Later, I have meetings with architects and contractors or school leaders or instructional coaches, and I see a parent or somebody, and then I sign checks, obviously. After school, this is what I like. After school, I go to all the activities. I go to every home game. I go to some away games. I go to the retreats or campus ministry activities. There are also some nights that I have assemblies with parents or alumni. And then when I arrive home, I finish the day with an hour of prayer before going to bed, and I pray for all the students and teachers. So prayer helps me to have God in my mind at my job as principal.
Okay, so what's your favorite day out of the whole school year and why?
If I ask you, you will say homecoming, right?
For sure.
Of course. I love homecoming too. Well, I think I have two favorite days. The first day for the freshmen, I love it. And then obviously graduation. I see children arriving to school and true men and women leaving and even going on to great schools like MIT, Stanford, Columbia, or for example, getting a state championship and going with a full scholarship to Notre Dame. I remember, for example, a little girl who just arrived from Cuba the first day as a freshman, with no idea of English. When I gave her, 4 years later, when I gave her her diploma at graduation, she was a very, very successful woman with a strong faith, who won many awards and scholarships. That was great. And another example, I also recall a young boy who is now a senior. He became national merit and invented a device that he 3D printed here at the school that translates Morse code. So he's a genius who will go places.
Wow. I know that I'm putting you on the spot, but as a principal...
No problem. Put me in the spot. So.
As a principal, how do you try to do things differently than other schools?
Let's see. Well, you know that St. Brendan High School has developed a modern and a new way of Catholic education in which students are prepared for top colleges and prestigious professional paths through a co-ed model based on faith, on academies, and innovation. So we are big in innovation. As such, our 4 academies, the STEM, medical sciences, law and global business, and visual and performing arts, they convert our school into a leader in college and career readiness, and at the same time, a leader in terms of helping students find God's plan for their lives. So not only are our students provided with great opportunities in terms of college admissions and college scholarships, but they also are very mature when they graduate, and they have explored the college major and profession they want to pursue, which, by the way, are the concrete ways God is going to use all their talents to build a better world.
Yeah. So what are you most proud of in our school?
Most proud? For sure, my students and my teachers. So I'm very proud of all of them. I'm proud of you too. Eh?
Thank you.
You're becoming famous today. My students, I'm very proud of my students because I feel like a proud father. I see them eager to discover God's plan for their lives and grow in all dimensions. In academics and athletics, socially, emotionally, and of course in faith. I see them sincerely happy. They are really happy. I see them happy. Regardless of the background, they thrive at our school. And I believe this is due to who? To the teachers. So it is because of the teachers. There is a very special student-teacher relationship in our school, a family environment. The students find a family here. Because of that, they feel loved and empowered to become the type of person God wants them to be.
For sure. So what are your future goals for this school?
The future goals, continue on this path of innovation, so that our students can continue creating and shaping and leading the world of the future now. And this means, for example, expanding our academies, the 4 academies. The STEM Center, the medical lab, using more artificial intelligence, thinking out of the box. Then I would say in terms of facilities, to complete the construction of the new football stadium, which is going to be like amazing. The new track, and complete the new baseball and softball fields. And then later, to expand the gym and renovate one of our buildings, and then later in the future, build a performing arts center and an auditorium for 750 people.
That's a huge plan.
Yeah, it's going to be great. But also in terms of faith, improve the campus ministry even more, and the service learning programs. We have retreats for all grades and tons of activities to grow in faith. We help many people in need in the community. Migrants, Down syndrome children, the homeless, nursing homes. But we would like to reach out to more people. For example, you remember last year we sent hundreds and hundreds of solar lights to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. Now we are helping schools affected by Hurricane Florence in the Diocese of Raleigh in North Carolina.
All right. So how do you as principal like to engage with your students on a daily basis?
Well, I don't want to be formal, so that's for sure. I don't want to be formal. I want to be close to them, approachable. I want them to know me as Pepe. I treat them like a father, with love, but at the same time with high expectations. I ask them, are you happy? And I do not want a superficial answer. I want them to share so that I can help them. And I want to learn with them and also from them. Basically, I want to be a part of everything students do.
All right. So if it wasn't for this school, where would you be now?
Where would you be now? That's a great question. How do you come up with it? All right. I'm a missionary. So I belong to the CL movement founded by Monsignor Giussani, who, by the way, is in the canonization process. I came to this country 16 years ago from Spain. I speak funny with the theta or zapato, zanahoria. And I've been to a couple of places before arriving to Miami. I guess I would be somewhere else in mission, in Miami, the United States, another country, maybe China or the Middle East.
That's great. So what is the best story that has ever happened to you in our school as principal?
The best story?
Take your time.
The best story? Well, there are many stories. Some people would mention stories during the construction of the Innovation Center, like climbing the mountain of the debris or helping the workers. So there are many, many stories. But let me see. I would agree with alumni. They say that it was last month with the first football game in our school's history that was really great. So 5,000 people came. It was unbelievable. It was the largest, the alumni say that it was the largest crowd ever in the history of our school. To see all the alumni and their families, because they came with all their families and all our students, doing the sign of the cross and praying together and having fun together, cheering for the team with all the cheerleaders and the dancers were there. And you have to know that 2 months before this game, we didn't even know if we were going to have a team. We just gave an announcement, and then it was great that so many boys came to the tryouts. And even we didn't have coaches. We had to hire the coaches, so there was a process. But the week before that game, we predicted 500 people attending, but God made a miracle and created a momentum in our school community.
So if you had no restrictions on what you could do to our school, what would you do?
No restrictions.
Whatever
I would like to do. Okay. I will connect our classrooms through video conference with schools in Europe, in China, in Africa, so that they could benefit from our learning and see how wonderful our country is. And at the same time, our students and their students could discover the world together. I would also go with the students to those countries to see how they think, what they love, how they learn. And another thing that I would do is I would do real mission trips to help the poor of the poor in Africa or in some places of Latin America and other places in the world. And also we have been in contact with people in the space industry, and some of the innovation our students are producing could be in the future, could be included in projects regarding satellites or the exploration of the moon and Mars. We are dreaming big.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So to finish off, I would like you to say whatever you'd like to our audience to let us know about upcoming events or to promote your school. The floor is yours.
I would like to see other schools adopt this innovation and all this holistic approach to education that we have. It would be wonderful for our community and our city. To me, it is clear that Christ is present here and now at St. Brendan High School. He is changing us, making the students and the teachers better people. And through this change in all of us, he's making Miami a better place. So he's making a piece of the world a better place.
Thank you once again for allowing me to conduct this interview and for taking time out of your day to help the community.
Thank you, David. It was a pleasure. And by the way, you did a great job.
Thank you.
And thank you to VIP 305. I wish you all a great school year and God bless you.